사랑에 빠졌다. Hey guys, it's Andy, and we about to get crazy
Because we are reacting to B.I. and
Let's
his
go.
song "겁도 없이 Dare to Love" featuring Big Naughty
Let's
and
get
the
it.
DINGO performance. Can't wait to watch, but also we are gonna explain the lyrics as we go.
Oh.
So
Dare I explain the lyrics?
right, I
겁도
love the
없이?
lyrics in this.
Oh,
it's
yes,
very
I will.
relatable. I know. But anyways, guys, can't wait to watch. So let's get to it.
Let's get it. That's my boy right there. 사랑에 빠졌다. 오래 아니겠구나. Ooh. 어떤 표정 지을까?
Hey,
Ooh, I love that chorus.
Me too.
Because, okay, so in the beginning he says 겁도 없이 난 사랑에 빠졌다.
Oh, it's good that the lyrics are like
I
this.
know, exactly. I love
know.
that. I love
Yeah.
texted.
Right.
Y'all, I like that.
Y'all did a good job. Yeah.
겁도 없이 난 사랑에 빠졌다. As in, like, fearlessly, I fell in love. Without knowing that, you know, obviously the whole song is about, like, knowing, but I still did it.
Yeah.
That's the whole premise of the song.
Right.
So, 겁도 없이 난 사랑에 빠졌다. Fearlessly, I fell in love. 아마 잠깐 수줍고 오래 아리겠구나. See, like, right there. I'm pretty sure just for that moment, I'm going to feel shy and, you know, butterflies.
Yes.
But 오래 아리겠구나, though. For a long time, though, I'm going to be hurt.
Yeah.
아리다 means to, like, hurt, to ache.
So
to
they
ache.
know what they're doing before they get into this.
Because
B.I. knows what's going to
Yeah.
happen. The consequences.
The consequences!
Consequences.
Come on, bro. Key
you
and
guys
Peele.
don't know that, that's Key and Peele,
Key
yeah.
and Peele reference. But literally. So him saying that is basically him knowing that it's like the knowing that you shouldn't do it, but you do it anyway.
Right.
Just it's like an impulse thing. So that's what he's saying. Like, I'm gonna be shy and embarrassed and, like, you know, feeling butterfly and, you know, what do you call that? Like
heart fluttered.
yeah, fluttery.
Yeah.
But that's only gonna be for a moment.
Right.
I'm pretty sure after all of this, I'm gonna be aching for a while though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Woo! And
This
after
whole song though is like a story.
literally,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
telling a story.
It's everything he's saying in here. I feel like it's like it's in hindsight.
Right.
So it already happened.
Yeah.
So that's why now he's telling the story. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And after that he says, 겁도 없이 마음의 반을 건넸다. As in, without fear, fearlessly, I gave this other person my other half.
Wow. Pretty much my all.
Yeah, like my all, because you know how they have that saying, like,
Yeah.
you're my other half. So two makes one.
Right.
So you're another half, meaning if you gave up your half, meaning you gave your all to this person.
Yeah.
Woo!
And that's risky.
And that's risky, dude, especially on an impulse.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he says, 마지막 장면에 난 어떤 표정 지을까? So I feel like over here, like, being that it already happened, it sounds like to me, he's like mocking himself.
Yes.
So 마지막 장면에 난 어떤 표정 지을까? As in, at the end scene, I wonder what sort of expression I'll make.
Yeah, because he already knows what he's gonna make.
Exactly.
It's kind of like his episodes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That girl, he just fell in love with her
Literally.
in a second. It was like she fell out of the car and
Went
he was
back
like,
Literally.
Yeah,
Went
right?
back to go get his wallet.
Yeah.
She comes out of the car, takes off her helmet.
yeah, and he just fell in love. See, like instantly.
Literally,
He doesn't even know
instantly.
who she is, but he
And
instantly
she
fell
just
in
went
love.
for it. And he just went for it.
But look, she had some baggage though, and that's where the consequences happen.
Consequences?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll
Come
get
on.
to it. Yeah.
Let's get it. Bring that back.
사랑에 빠졌다 오래 아니겠구나 겁도 없이 마음에 반을 건넸다 마지막 장면에 넌
어떤 표정 지을까?
Hey.
불꽃처럼 네가 피어나고
에이.
감정의 빙하기 끝이 나고 서로의 어깨에 날개를 달아 추락을 하면서 높이 날아
Poetic.
I love this song.
차라리 이대로 꿈에 갇혀 어떤 상처도 어떤 슬픔도 모른 채로 살면 좋을 테니까 내가 널
Oh my.
Yeah.
Watchy.
I
Yeah,
know.
that pre-chorus is
Right.
freaking catchy.
So nice.
But then that first
This
verse.
song though is so like I don't know. I don't want to say it's sad, but it kind of is.
That's the thing with B.I.
But
though.
I can totally relate with it.
Oh yeah. Dude, this is like one, like that's the thing we love about B.I.
Yes.
Is that his lyrics and his scenarios and all of that is like so relatable because
Yeah.
it's so realistic.
But funny that the song itself is kind of
It's
like
bright.
cutesy.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you go. Y'all know the dance like.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? But the song, the lyrics. Is
That's
not.
the thing with B.I.
Yeah.
though. I feel like is like he has this thing where he picks a beat where it'll show the beginning. So in this case, it's the beginning.
Right.
So the brightness of the song kind of portrays how it all happened.
Yes.
Like the flutteriness.
Yeah.
But then his lyrics, that's what portrays how like it ended, which
Right.
ended bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's talent,
I
dude.
love it.
But in this first verse right here, he says 불꽃처럼 네가 피어나서 감정의 빙하기 끝이 나고. Oh. 불꽃 means fireworks.
Right.
피어나다 means to bloom. So it means like you bloom like a firework. 감정의 빙하기가 끝이 나고. As in like 감정 means emotions. So the ice age of my emotions, 빙하기 means ice age, 끝이 나고. It ended.
Right.
So the ice age ended because you melted it. Because you bloom like a firework in my world.
Right.
Oh, that's a bar.
Yes.
Because like it's not like crazy wordplay or anything, but it's so poetic.
Right. And
Like,
that's B.I.
Exactly. Like using ice age, 빙하기, and then 불꽃. 불꽃 means firework, but 꽃 means flower,
Flower.
which flowers bloom.
Right.
But so do fireworks when it erupts in the air.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you erupted. Remember,
Like a firework.
just like remember when he
Yes.
fell in love at
I
first sight. You know what I'm
know.
saying? It was like fireworks going
By the
off.
way, guys, we need to rob B.I.'s car. Then
That's
he'll
what it
fall in
is.
love with us.
Yeah.
Okay, girls?
That's
like,
the trigger
Yeah.
to his fireworks
Okay, yes.
around him. Okay.
Yeah.
We
gotta try
Okay, you left me hanging.
I'm
You almost left
sorry.
me hanging. But
Okay.
dude, that's a bar. Just
Yeah.
those two lines right there. Think about it. Ice age and fireworks. Fire melts ice. So he's saying you basically melted my ice age of emotions after you appeared in my life. So this is the
She
beginning.
melted him.
Uh-huh. Come on. And after that he says 서로의 어깨에 날개를 달아. So we installed or put on wings for each other. Like so because we're about to take off.
Right.
And then he says 추락을 알면서 높이 날아. So 추락 means to fall, right? And he's saying we know that we're gonna fall,
Yeah.
but regardless, we're flying as high as we can. You know what I mean?
You know, a part of me, I know this is like kind of reaching, but that whole 날개 part,
Yeah.
you know, in your shoulders, I just feel like he's literally saying we add wings for each other on our
Right,
shoulders.
on the shoulders.
But I feel like, you know, when you're hugging someone, like you're hugging someone like this, and it's like the hands of the wings.
So we hug each other like this.
No, not literally.
You
But
really
you
fly
guys-
away. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Not literally we're hugging, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you hug somebody and then like your hands are like this, it kind of looks like the wings.
Oh, I guess so. You guys could hug each other and then make wings like that.
And then you go like this. Yeah.
Let's fly. You know, let's fly. Oh, you know what? I like the way you
Yeah,
think.
I'm not saying that's what he meant, but that's what I imagined right now.
It's probably
B.I.
not.
and this person
but
hugging like this, and then they add wings for each other because their hands.
see, it's funny, right? But the thing is, it makes sense.
It makes
It
sense,
might not
yeah.
be, but I like the idea.
I know it's not, but
I like the idea of it.
yeah.
Dude, that's.
I know.
No,
I know it's
like
not,
that.
but you
I
guys
like
know what I'm
that.
trying to say.
I like the way your head works.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. But after that, he says, 터질 듯이 너를 품에 안어. So 터지다 means to like explode. So as if you're gonna explode, I'm gonna hug you. Meaning like you're hugging someone that tight. You know, you're
Yes.
not letting go.
Right.
Like as if you're gonna explode. Like you know
Yes.
when you hug a balloon and
Yeah.
you hug it too tight, it'll
Yeah.
explode.
It's like when you see something cute and you just hug it so
You
tight,
just
like a
You know what I'm
fluffy,
saying?
like
When we see our
stuffed
pop-up-
animal. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh.
We're like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we gotta make sure we don't make him explode. Though.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
He's that cute though.
Yeah, but he's
Come
that
on.
cute that we almost want to make him
Uh-huh.
explode, you guys. Yeah.
But in my opinion, I feel like there might be a double meaning to this, but
Mm.
I might be reaching with this. But I feel like you know what else you hug as if it'll explode? A bomb. You know, you hug a bomb. Why?
Uh-huh.
To protect the ones.
Yes.
To protect the others that are around you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it
Because
could.
that's why he's willing to do anything for this person.
Exactly.
To even die for this
Yeah,
person.
so in those ways, it makes sense. Or either that, or he's hugging it as if it's gonna explode like a bomb. As if like you know, like when you do that, you know you're gonna take the bad part of that bomb.
Right.
But even though you know the end game to that is not gonna be good, you do it anyway.
Yes.
Which is like the premise of this
Yeah.
song.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes
like
sense in a
that.
way.
Uh-huh.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
And what he says after that is 차라리 이대로 꿈에 갇혀 어떤 상처도 어떤 슬픔도 모른 채로 살면 좋을 텐데. So he's saying I'm gonna hold you tight as if you'll explode. So I'd rather just stay this way and be in a dream. Like I'd rather just have it stay this way in a dream.
Right.
And it says 어떤 상처도 어떤 슬픔도 모른 채로 살면 좋을 텐데. He's basically telling himself like as while hugging this person like like it'd be nice if we can live on not knowing what scars or sadness is.
Yeah.
And just like this in this moment. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
come on, because we do say that.
Yeah, I think B.I. wished it would have lasted, but he knows it's just not working out.
He sees the end game.
Yes.
That's like the whole premise of the song. It's like
Right.
doing something on impulse, knowing that something's gonna happen, but you do it anyway. You take the risk.
Right.
But then as you go on with it, like you see the end game because you're like, oh my God, like this isn't what I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be. You know what I mean? Come on, bruh. Bring it back.
감정의 빙하기 fiction하고 서로의 어깨에 날개를 달아
Oh, see, that's what he
That's
did.
what I said.
터질 듯이 너를 보면 차라리 이대로 꿈에 갇혀 어떤 상처도 어떤 슬픔도 모른 채로 살면 좋을 텐데 감히
내가 널 맘에 품었지
한순간에
두근거림.
세상을 나바꿨지 바보같이
Oh my God.
Like a pabo, like a stupid.
Like a fool.
Literal
Like a fool.
translations, yeah.
Like a fool.
Like a fool.
So why he says like a fool is because he's saying 한순간의 두근거림과 세상을 맞바꿨지. As in like, what did he say something before that? Oh yeah,
yes,
감히 내가 널 마음에 품었지. As in like, I dared to like embrace you in my heart. I dared. As in like I said, it's an impulse. So he's saying 한순간의 두근거림과 세상을 맞바꿨지. So he's saying he exchanged his world for this moment of like butterfly, feeling of butterflies and excitement.
Yeah,
You know
kind of like
I'm
what we
saying?
said in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's a risk. He pretty much gave his all for this little feeling of like puppy dog love.
Yeah.
This honeymoon stage, let's call it.
He's
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's basically saying he traded in his whole world,
Right.
that which he built as he lived, all in exchange for that momentary thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a huge risk. And I mean, it's relatable. I've been there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No,
I've been
I
there.
think we've all been
Yeah,
there.
I
We've
didn't,
all been
I
there.
didn't even know this guy, and just because of maybe like what I've seen him at that very moment, I fell in love. Let's call it
Yes,
that. You know
I
what
feel
I mean?
you.
And then it's like literally. And later to find out he was a piece of shit. Okay, and we're not gonna go there though.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
I know exactly
you
what
pretty
you mean.
much give your all, thinking I love this person when you don't even really know him.
Exactly. And it doesn't only apply to like a relationship.
No.
It could be like an impulse buy.
Impulse
And
buy,
then you buy something
Which is
and you're
what Big Naughty says
That's
too.
what Big
Compares
Naughty
it to.
says, yes. And it's like you regret it. And you're like, God damn it, why did I buy this? You know what I'm saying? Like you regret it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But oh my God, I'm telling you,
I
man,
know.
this song, the way they wrote it.
It was really nice the way they wrote it.
Even the camaraderie between Big Naughty and B.I. is really nice in the
Yeah.
song. But that's the reason why he says 바보같이, like a fool. Because like
is.
foolishly, I traded in my whole world
Yeah.
for that momentary thing.
Knowing the risks.
Knowing the risks.
We knew in the back of our heads, this is very risky.
Remember,
I
he's-
shouldn't, not yet at least, but I still did anyway.
Remember, he
Yeah.
said we put wings on each other's backs and flew high knowing that we'd fall.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he's also saying here. Like a fool.
Like a fool.
I just went for
like
it.
a stupid.
Like a stupid.
Okay? Yeah.
Come on, like a stupid.
좋을 텐데 감히 내가 널 마음에
품었지
한순간에
두근거림과
세상을
Look at him.
Which I know he just swaying.
겁도 없이 난
사랑에 빠졌다
아마 잠깐 수줍고
오래 아니겠구나
겁도 없이 맘에 반을 꺼냈다. 마지막 장면에 난 어떤 표정 지을까. I love the song.
네가 심장 부근을 날아다니는 기분
따따따따따.
동시에 시작되겠지
Ooh.
Oh, he's so swaggy. Look at Big Naughty.
이거에 잠기겠어 깊이 아래로
This is now where it starts getting a little more
Yes.
heavier.
Right.
So he says, 나비가 심장 부근을 날아다니는 기분. It's a feeling of where butterflies are flying in the vicinity of where your heart is. You know, like it's kind of like what
Getting
he said.
butterflies in your
it's
stomach.
getting butterflies. That's what he's trying to like describe. Is getting butterflies. It's that type of feeling. 사랑한다 말과 동시에 시작되겠지 비극은. So 비극 means tragedy. So he's basically saying like the tragedy will start the same time the moment I say I love you. when I say those words, I love you, at the same time, tragedy is gonna happen.
Damn.
Oh my God,
Y'all
bruh.
get that? Like, that's deep right
That's
there.
super deep. That's super deep.
Oh my God,
Because
he knows it's not gonna work.
he knows.
Or love hurts sometimes, even if it does work. Love hurts, man.
Exactly. And he's saying a tragedy because I love you. It's like those are serious words, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like he knows that the moment he says that, he's gonna go that deep.
Right.
Which is a reason for a tragedy. Oh my God, I just rhymed.
I know, that was
Oh my
great.
God, I'm MC and I right now. And I. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. But yes, like he's going that deep. That's why he's saying it's gonna become a tragedy. And after that, he says, "우린 물을 엎질렀고 그게 흙탕물이 돼도." As in, we already spilled the water though. The water's already spilled.
I love this part.
And 그게 흙탕물이 돼도. 흙탕물 means muddy water.
Yeah.
So he's saying even though the water spilled, that spilled water may become muddy water. Like it's like hard to see and it's dirty. 난 기꺼이 잠기겠어. As in, even so, I'm gonna get locked up in it.
Yeah.
깊이 아래로, all the way deep down
Right.
below.
Like he doesn't care. You know, like normally if let's say you spilled water, of course you're gonna get a towel, napkin, clean it up. But for him it's like, it's already spilled. I'm gonna leave it there.
I'ma see
whatever
it to the
happens,
end.
happens. Literally, that's like the whole thing he's trying to say is whatever happens, happens. Whether the water gets muddy, dirty, it starts molding. I don't care.
So in this,
I'ma let it happen.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so in this case, he's talking about it, talking about his feelings at that moment.
Right.
Not right now, but at that moment.
Yeah.
So that's why in the verse before, or the line before, he says like a fool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know you should clean that water up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, clean it up.
Clean up, but
Pour yourself a new glass
right.
of water. You know what I'm
but
saying?
you're just leaving it there, and then that's why.
It's already spilled.
Yeah,
what can
that's
I
why
do
you say
about
I'm a
it?
fool. Because look at what's happening now.
Yeah. Because then it's
But
like
I can relate.
exactly. I know. I can
yeah,
relate too.
I'm not even mad at you for that.
No, we ain't mad.
Yeah.
We ain't mad. We all been through it.
I know exactly.
Literally,
Yeah.
because like if you spilled water, because that's a saying, it's already spilled water. You can't do anything about it,
Right.
but just clean it up and pour yourself a new one, right?
Yeah.
But what he says is even if that water turns into muddy water, you know, he's just going with that spilled
Yeah.
water. He's like, no, even so,
Yeah.
that water is spilled.
I'ma leave it there.
I'm gonna leave it there,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do something about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do something about it. I don't know what yet.
But I'm
But
gonna
I will do something about it.
Yeah.
Come on. And then, and after that is the chorus. Let's bring that
Right.
shit back, though. I love this flow right
Yes.
here. 그게 흙탕물이 돼도.
So cute.
겁도 없이 맘에 반을 꺼냈다 마지막 장면에 나 어떤 표정 지을까
Let's go. Oh, I love his his singing voice. I want to say rapping, but it's not like rapping. Let's go. Yes.
Ooh! So Big
That
Naughty
was
got bars.
Yeah, his line was amazing.
No, Big
you
Naughty got
guys.
bars.
Yeah,
Like,
but
so-
I love his singing voice.
Oh yeah, he got.
It's like I guess you could say singing rapping. I
Right.
was gonna say rapping, but it's not really rapping. But his singing voice, like the huskiness in his voice, love it.
His style is very different.
Right.
I really like. So we're new to Big Naughty.
Yeah.
Through this song, we got to know Big Naughty, but he's dope.
his whole verse,
Yeah.
mwah.
It's a double. His whole verse is a double.
Right.
Because he's comparing one thing to a like being in a relationship that like the type of relationship that B.I is talking about.
Yes.
So it's a double. So over here he says 겁도 택도 없이 너를 집었다 가격에 놀라 살포시 내려놔. So that's a bar right there because that's a double.
Yes.
So first of all, the whole verse is a double.
Yeah.
But then just that line also in itself has a double.
Right.
Because 겁도 택도 없이, as in like without even fear. And 택도 없다, 택도 없이 means like
You got no chance.
You got no chance. So if I were to put it in if I were to use an example, it would be like, let's say me and B.I got into a rap battle,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, B.I, I challenge you to a rap
I'd
battle."
be like 택도 없어.
Basically saying you don't have a chance.
have a
bruh.
chance against
택도
him.
없어. Come on,
Right.
bruh. And then that's literally what he's saying, like without even a chance, with no fear. But also 택도 없다, if you read it, 택 could be used as an English word. Tag. So it means a price tag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So without a price tag. So it could mean either not a chance or price tag.
No price tag.
No price tag. Come on, bro. That's
Yeah.
a double right
Which
there.
the reason why we say that is because of his next line.
Yeah, because he says 너를 집었다 가격에 놀라 살포시 내려놔. Without any fear and without even a price tag on this thing, I grabbed you. Basically, at the price, I got so shocked that I gently put you back down.
Right.
Because think about it. If you go to these expensive places,
They don't have a tag
they
on
don't
their
have
items.
tags on their
Yeah,
items.
you gotta
have to-
ask them.
Exactly. You gotta ask them for the
Right.
price. He probably asked for the price and he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and he
you-
gently put it down.
And he gently put it down.
Yes.
His legs probably turned into jello. He was
Right.
like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he's basically saying like your price, as in like, so he's comparing it to like, let's say clothing item. He's comparing it to like luxurious clothing item, buying it, on the process of buying it, to comparing that to a relationship. As in like, you know how a person
Maybe
can
this
come,
person was out of his league.
either that or this person can come with a price.
Yeah.
As in like, not like numerical price, but a price as in like something that comes with them.
Right,
Like baggage.
Like B.I.'s
like
episodes.
trouble.
Yeah, that girl came with baggage.
Yeah,
she came with some
exactly.
ex-boyfriend.
Because
she
she
came with
was-
some guy slapping her
Exa-
at the laundromat.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah, because like I guess like trouble surrounds her.
Right.
So you pursuing that person, that's the price of you pursuing her. Or because like if you go together, if you get together, whatever this person brings is now your problem too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So because you got involved. So that's what he means about price in this song. And that's a bar,
Right.
dude. If you just read it off of whatever is there and just take it for face value, it is just what it is.
Right.
But then if you just dive deeper, they're talking about more. You know, they mean more things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about B.I. and his albums and his songs. This guy's a genius.
And obviously Big Naughty here.
And Big Naughty too, bro. 'Cause obviously this is his verse.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is fire.
Yeah, it really is.
God damn. And after that, he says 돌아서는 길에, and he keeps going with that play, right? So he let it go. He grabbed it and he was like, oh shit, it's too expensive. He let it go. And after that, he says 돌아서는 길에 네가 자꾸 아른거려 눈이 멀어버려 질렀다. So he's basically saying he let it go. He came out the store
Right.
and he's on his way back, right? He's on his way back and he's like, 자꾸 아른거려, as in like it keeps glimmering. It's
in
like
his-
lingering and glimmering around his eyes because you know when you want something so bad, you keep thinking about it, and you're like, oh shoot, and then he says, 눈이 멀어버려 질렀다. I got blinded by that item. I keep thinking about it. I got blinded. I just went and then 질렀어.
I just bought it.
I just went and did it.
Yeah.
Like 질렀다 is more like, in this case, he's using it as a slang. You say that when you just did something on impulse.
Right.
I just did it. I just
Yeah.
went out and did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you want to put a whole like visual picture of this, he walked into an expensive ass store, not knowing the price because expensive items don't have a price tag. He picked up a bag, let's say,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Excuse me, how much is this?" Oh, sir, that is $10,000.
Right.
Oh, put it back down. Walked out the store. But he's like, damn, that shit's so pretty though. I like that bag. I want it. Oh my god, like, oh man. It. Let's go. And he busts out his
just did it.
wallet and he just did it.
See, the
Yeah.
whole problem here, or so the whole thing here is, it's not that you can't afford it.
Right.
You can. So it's in the premise that you can afford it.
Yeah.
But are you willing to like literally drop
Drop-
everything that you have on this
Yeah.
one thing?
Right.
That's what he's trying to say. You're dropping all your money on this one item. How are you gonna live?
Right.
How are you gonna eat? Like that's what he's talking
So it
about.
kind of goes with what B.I. said when he just gave his all for this one
Oh,
little
yes, yes.
feeling of like this butterfly feeling. Same thing with what Big Naughty's saying.
B.I. is saying like he exchanged his world
Yeah.
for just that moment.
Yeah. So if you're gonna put this in a context of a person, not actually buying a bag or buying clothes, Big Naughty here is saying, I basically met this person. I feel like she's out of my league, maybe because she comes with baggage too. But something in me keeps thinking about this person. I keep thinking about her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want her. And it's like, oh, but I know I shouldn't.
Right.
But oh my god, no. I'm just date this person.
go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
go for it. Right.
And then literally he says 눈이 멀어버려 질렀다, as in like I got blinded. So when you put it as like buying an item, a merchandise, he's saying, you know, you can get blinded. You get blinded by the fact that you just can't take that merchandise out of your head.
Yeah.
Like you want it. So you go back and buy it, right? But 눈이 멀어버렸다. What else do you get blinded by? You get blinded by love.
Yes.
So he's saying, I went and I just did it.
Yep.
I just made this person my significant other.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
You see how the whole verse so
Right.
far is already a double.
Yeah.
Why? It's comparing clothing to a relationship.
It's a story here. I'm reading
Yes.
a book right now.
But within that verse, the words that he's using also has doubles.
Exactly. But it's not done yet.
It's not done
It's
yet.
not done
Oh,
yet.
that's
The
a
story continues.
It's just gonna go. I'm back. I just needed a drink of like water and some Coke. I need some caffeine in me. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But 눈이 버려버려 질렀다. So he got blinded by it and he just went and did it. 아까는 분명히 예뻤는데 네가 딱 맞는 옷이었는데 따뜻할 줄 알았는데. He's saying 아까 as in like a little while ago 분명히 예뻤는데 I could have swore it was pretty. So he's talking about the item. But he could be talking about the person too.
Right.
And he says 내게 딱 맞는 옷이었는데 it was clothing that
just fit right perfectly.
it fit me perfectly.
Yeah.
Or as in like the person, as in like this person was perfect for me.
Yeah, it was we were a perfect match.
I could have swore.
I could have sworn it was.
All
yeah.
from that one moment, that like glimpse moment,
Right.
he's saying, I swear, like I thought we were perfect.
Right.
And he says, 따뜻할 줄 알았는데 I thought it would be warm. When you wear clothes, it's warm.
Yeah.
But he's talking about the person,
person
too.
too.
I swear, if we were together, I swear we were going to be warm.
Yeah.
I swear
It's
I'd be
warm
warm.
love.
Yeah, but came too much trouble.
Yes.
In this case, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he says, 막상 입어보니 너도 그저 그런 새 옷이었구나. So 막상 입어보니, in reality, I wore it. As I wore it, though, I realized that it was just another new piece of clothing. It's
Yeah.
no different from any other new clothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to make more sense of that, it's kind of like he's basically saying it's the same.
Yeah.
It's new for that moment, but it doesn't stay new forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gets old.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you did something on impulse. It's not something that you really thought about.
Right.
You just did it.
Yeah. Because I feel like in my case, it's like you do like brand name clothes because of the brand name. Most people, right? Like it's pretty. It's, oh my God, this celebrity wore it.
Right.
Wow, it's a brand name. So you're going to get blinded by it and
Right.
think like, wow, this hoodie right here, it's actually the best quality. It's worth the $5,000. Let's just call it a.
I
you
see
know?
where you're going with this.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's worth that price. But when you buy it and bring it home, you start regretting it because you realize, like, wait, this hoodie kind of feels like the hoodie that I have that was like $50.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so true.
you know what
'cause
I mean?
We even say that.
Yeah, you start regretting it. You're like, did I just like it? Because at the moment I was in that store, it was super nice in there. It's a brand name, luxury store. And I was blinded by the prettiness and the love of it all. But really, when I took it home, it was just any other hoodie.
It was just any other hoodie.
You know what I mean? And I
You
feel like
know?
that's what he's saying about this person is maybe he was blinded by love. Personality goes a long way. So
Right.
he might have been looking at the looks and thought
That's why he
this
says
person was
아까
pretty.
분명히 예뻤는데
Yeah.
a little while ago I swear it was
But
pretty or you were pretty.
Yeah, but maybe this person's personality wasn't it, or their, both of their personalities didn't mesh well together.
exactly.
So it felt like, oh wait, whoa, like I thought I was in love with you, but I guess maybe it was just the looks.
That's
Yeah.
a good comparison.
Yeah, 'cause,
yes, that's exactly it.
We
right
all
there.
shallow, right, guys?
Yeah, dude, us
on.
humans are made shallow.
I'm not gonna lie. I've looked at looks all the time too
Right.
before I got to know the person, which is why it never worked out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But with Andy here, it worked out double time.
Let's get it. And then after that, he says, 한 번 입으면 또 헌옷이 되고. See, he's explaining why he thought that, like, this new piece of clothing article was the same as any other. It was just another new piece of clothing. It was no different
Right.
than any other new clothing that you would buy. It's a repeated process,
Right.
right? Like when you go buy clothes, nothing's really new. Like you just go to buy clothes. The piece of clothing that you're buying happens to be new, but when you bring it, the moment you buy it and bring it home and you try it on and you go out, it's not new anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's saying 한 번 입으면 또 헌옷이 되고. So you wear it once and it becomes old, like just like what I said. 헌집 주고 새 집을 하얗게 채워. 그럴싸한 그림들을 대충 걸고. 여다 사인만 하면은 이 집이 내 거. So he's basically explaining the whole process of it, that it's no different.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing. 헌집 주고 새 집을 하얗게 채워. So I'll give you the old house, or I'll give up the old house and I'll buy a new one, and then I'll fill it white.
Right.
White, because he says white because white is how we portray new,
Right.
A brand new white piece of paper.
Yes.
Everything is always white, clean slate. 그럴싸한 그림들을 대충 걸고. 그럴싸하다 means like plausible.
Yeah.
It's not something that's that great or that bad. It's
Yeah.
just so-so.
Yeah.
So 그림들을 대충 걸고. So we just hang just so-so paintings in the house just to make it seem a little more homier, a little better.
Right.
여다 사인만 하면은 이 집이 내 거. So I just sign here and this house becomes mine. So he's basically saying like you can try to decorate it as much as you want.
Right.
So he's comparing it to a house. You can decorate this house as much as you want, but in the end, even if you go from this house to another house, it's the same,
Same
thing.
thing.
It's just a different house, but in
Right.
the end, it doesn't stain you.
Yeah.
Right. The process of buying a home, same thing. Every time you do it.
Yeah.
Getting a new home, you're excited at that moment, but as time flies and then like, you know, you live in it, it's no different.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like, you know, when you buy a home, you should feel like it's home. Regardless of how you decorate it,
Right.
what you put in it, it should feel like your home.
You're
Same
just trying to
thing-
decorate it to make it so that maybe you'll like
right.
it more.
It should just come naturally. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what the relationship point of view is.
Right.
The relationship just should come naturally. You shouldn't try to make this work. You guys should feel like you guys are home. You and your significant other should always feel like you guys are home, not because you're trying to make something happen, force it.
Like,
it should all come naturally.
That's exactly.
And I feel like that's what Big Naughty's doing. He's forcing the issue
Exactly.
here.
It's like, of course you should try in a relationship.
Of course.
But then it's like, it's kind of unnecessary if you know that it's over like the way they're saying.
Yes.
Like, you know that it's going to be tragedy.
It doesn't
You-
feel like home.
It doesn't feel like
Just
home.
sell it
It's just
then.
done. But then you're just
Right.
trying to, it's like trying to keep the fire going.
Yes.
You know, but when it's raining though. Can you imagine trying to keep a fire going
Yeah.
when it's raining? It's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then in that line too, 한 집 주고 새 집을 하얗게 채워. So that's a saying. Or not a saying, it's more of a game. You know, a Squid Game. You guys watch the show Squid Game, but you know how that's the title of the show, but the Squid Game is actually a game. Like
Right.
they would play, just like in the beginning of the first episode, like those kids are playing games. Those are games that like I think it's from our parents' generation that they would play. And 한 집 주고 새 집을 하얗게 채워. 한 집 줄게 새 집을 다오. It's a nursery rhyme that you used to play a game, and that game is like Red Rover. It's like Red Rover, being Jasmine Red Rover, you know? But it's the same thing. 두꺼봐 한 집 줄게 새 집 다오. Just like Red Rover.
Right.
Meaning like, I'll give you something in exchange for something new. And it's a game that they played, and I feel like that has a connection. He said that for a reason. Because of the next line. 못 간다고 전해. 아니, 난 못 한다고 전해. 사랑 그딴 거 됐다 그래. 낭만은 이제 여기 없다 전해. So he's basically saying, 못 간다고 전해. As in, let her know, like, I can't go. Actually, no. 아니, 난 못 한다고 전해. Actually, let her know that I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And he's saying, 사랑 그딴 거 됐다 그래. Love, that type of stuff, like, let her know that I don't need it.
Right.
It's I don't need it. And he says, 낭만은 이제 여기 없다 그래. 낭만 means romance. Let her know that there's no such thing as romance here anymore. And the reason why I feel like the whole, you know, the 두꺼봐, that 한 집 줄게 새 집 다오, I think this connects to this is because I might be reaching with this, but I think this whole song kind of correlates, or not correlates, but they kind of use the story, the love story of 견우 and 징여. So 견우 and 징여 is like a really old, like, fairy tale story. And it's about these two people that fell in love, right? And 견우, the guy, is like the master of cows, and he was such a good worker. And then 징여, the girl, was like I forgot what her job was. I think it was like the master of boats or something like that, right?
Maybe.
But she was so good at that. But then the thing is, they weren't getting married because they were working so hard.
Yeah.
But then they loved each other so much. But then the king, I forget what I forget what his name was.
too.
But the king saw that and felt so like it hurt his heart. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get them married.
Yeah.
I want them to end up together. So what he does is he gets them married. So they're together, right? And at one point, you know, you would think that they're gonna, you know, get together and work hard and all of that, but no, they stopped working at all.
In general.
In general. They just started playing.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're just so in love. They're happy. They're happy that they're together. So they just stopped working. Think about it. Such hard workers that were great at what they did. They just stopped working and they were just playing all the time. That pissed off the king. So then the king was like, dude, I didn't go through all of this to get you guys married. So you guys can just play.
Right.
I thought you guys would get together and become even better together as a team and keep working.
Right.
Of course, like play too, but keep working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the king got mad, separated them, and put 견우, the guy, in one star and 징여 in another star. Separated them.
Right.
And then they would always cry, like they're so sad. Every day they would cry to the point where they even say, when it rains,
It's 'cause they're crying.
It's because they're crying.
Yeah.
So what happens is the 까치, which is a magpie, and a 까마귀, a crow, get together and they try to help them. 견우 and 징여. What they do to help them is they build a bridge that goes from one star to another star. That to 견우 star to 징여 star, it connects through a bridge. And the magpie and the crow made that bridge so that they could meet.
So cute.
So cute, right?
Yeah.
But then the thing is, every time they meet, they're happy. But at one point, they have to separate and go back to their own stars.
Yeah.
So they always cry. They meet, they're happy. And then when they separate, they're crying. It's a heartbreaking story.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
romantic but heartbreaking story. And I think that's the reason why he says 못 간다고 전해. Let her know that I can't come.
Yeah.
So basically saying, I'm not going on that bridge.
Yeah. I'm not gonna meet you there.
I'm not meeting you there. Like, it hurts too much.
Yeah.
Like, this is bad. Like, I'm not doing it. And that's
Right.
why he's saying, 아니 못한다고 전해. Like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to meet you at the bridge no more.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's how they wrote it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you could kind of say like an alternate ending
Yes.
to the, like, you know,
Wasn't
to
there
the
something
story.
about a frog?
Exactly. The frog too. The reason why I feel like it connects is because there's an old painting
Right.
in like Korea, a historical painting of 견우 and 징여. And in 견우 and 징여, that painting, there's a toad in there.
Oh yes.
And then 두꺼비 means toad. 두꺼봐, 두꺼봐. You know, when they play the game, 두꺼봐, 두꺼비, 두꺼봐, 두꺼봐, that means like they're calling out to this toad. But they're saying 두꺼비. 두꺼비 means toad. And in that painting, there's a toad. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's saying 한 집 줄게 새 집 다오. As in like, I'll give you an old house, give me a new one. But that's exactly what he's saying too. It's
Yes.
kind of like, yeah, even if I give up this old house and then get a new one, it's the same shit in the end though.
Yeah.
And he compares it to that game. Kind of like, yeah, I'll give you this, you could bring over this. But in the end, the game is rhetorical.
Right.
Or like just keeps being reciprocated in the same way.
Yes.
You know, it never ends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why it connects with this story. Because even in the painting, there's a toad in the painting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's such
I
a...
hope you guys understood all that.
I hope you
Yeah.
understood.
That's how much there's things to say
Yeah.
about just these verses right
Although
here.
I might be reaching,
Yeah.
but I personally feel like it makes sense.
Right.
Because after that, even B.I. says something.
Yeah.
Which made me think that way.
think that exactly.
But yes, like the story of the love story of 견우 and
Mm-hmm.
징여, how they fell in love and then, you know, they didn't do that. The consequences were that they stopped working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they got separated by the king. You know, and that's why he's saying at the bridge they would always meet in the story.
Right.
But in their case, in B.I.'s and Big Naughty's case, they're saying, no, you know what? No, we're not going to go.
Yeah.
We're not going to go meet
We're
her.
not gonna meet you anymore.
I'm not going to meet you at the middle of the bridge no more because I can't do this.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as romance here.
Right.
Like this
They
was
completely gave up on love.
they completely just gave up. Dude, the whole verse
I know.
is a double. The
Right.
whole verse is a double, and within that verse, with words and stories, there's also another double within that. Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude. I love his style, dude. His
too.
style is different. Uh-huh. And right here, after what B.I. says, it's the bridge.
아마 잠깐 수줍고 오래 아니겠구나 겁도 없이 난 발을 걷는다.
어떤 표정 지을까? Right here.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And that bridge right there is the reason why I kind of correlated 견우와 징여 with B.I.'s lyric in that bridge. Because in that bridge, he says 연애라는 이름의 소설. So a love, the name of love, that's like a novel. With, you know, 견우 and 징여 is like a fairy tale
Right.
story. So
Yeah.
he's saying 소설 as in novel. So 연애라는 이름의 소설. So it's like the name of love. That's a novel. 그 속에 우리를 가두고서 we locked ourselves inside that story. You know what I'm saying? 애들 장난 따위 감정을 그걸 운명이라 읽었어.
Yes.
So the emotions that are like child's play. Because if you think about it, that novel of 견우 and 징여, it's for kids.
Right.
So he's basically saying it's childish.
Yeah.
These emotions that we thought we had that were like this story, this love story, those are childish emotions. And what we did was we read that as fate.
Right.
But get it? Read that as fate.
Yeah.
Right? He says 소설. It's a novel, and we read that as fate.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's a
so it
bar.
totally makes sense. You know what
So
I mean?
he did a whole book like scheme right there.
Right.
He does 소설, 소개, inside the book, the story, 장난 따위 감정, the feelings, 운명이라 읽었어, to read.
Right.
You know how basically what he's saying, like whatever childish feelings we had, I kind of read that as fate. You know, we kind of say that. You know, we say that in just daily life. I kind of read that as this, you know. But in their case, they literally mean in both ways. Read as in like when you read the book, but also like I read, like I kind of predicted.
Yeah.
As fate.
Yeah.
You know?
And the fact
I
that
saw
he's
it as fate.
Yeah, and the fact that he's even saying things like the novel, like child, like this, it does remind us of like again that story.
견우와 직녀.
It's for you know it's a kid's book kind of thing. So
It is.
it's kind of like him giving hints that that's what we're talking about here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But then, like in their case, it's like I totally forgot how that story ends. But in this case, I feel like they like basically wrote an alternate ending,
right,
to the story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They were saying no, f the ending. There is no love. Like there is no
Yeah.
happy ending here.
That shit is dope though. Can you imagine taking a story and then
switching
exactly like comparing it to your love story,
Right.
but giving it an alternate ending?
Yes.
Like how?
Yeah.
That's so dope. That's
Love.
creative.
This, like I said, this whole song is just like a story. You're like literally reading a storybook, and they're telling you a story here, but it actually feels like I'm reading a book.
Right.
You know?
Come on, bro.
Love
Bring that
it.
shit back, bro. B.I. Big Naughty.
I
Come
know.
on, you naughty boy. Come on.
연애라는 이름의 송산 그 속에 우리나도 보소
I love the bridge.
애들 장난감이 감정은 그걸 운명이라
That last line.
Hey!
Oh,
Na,
see,
na,
그걸
na, na,
운명이라
na,
읽었어, and he goes na 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 na, as
yes.
in me.
Right,
I
right.
might be reaching, but I feel
Yes.
like it's like that, you know. Watch.
그걸 운명이라
나 읽었어, na 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 na. Uh-huh. Yo, come on.
겁도 없이 난 사랑에 빠졌다 역겹겠지만
Oh, bring that shit back. No, bring that shit back. No, wait, hold on.
That was so cool.
No, at the moment, I didn't know how to react because I was like, I heard that somewhere.
No, yeah, me too. No, yeah, I was like, 역겹겠지만. I was like, wait, that was so creative. Even B.I. laughed. I don't think he saw it coming.
You know how hard it is to sing another song on another track?
Right. Okay, back
Bro,
up.
bring.
겁도 없이 너 사랑에 빠졌다 역겹겠지만 날 잊지는 마
Ooh.
겁도 없이 나를 꺼냈다
Wow. Ila. Oh my God. Big Naughty. That was
Big
nice.
Naughty. Big Naughty. Come
Love
on,
you,
bro.
B.I.
This shit is.
Oh my But love this track, you guys, because it's just so creative the way they wrote it, but
Right.
also, made the melody. Because again, like we said, the melody feels like it's that heart fluttering feeling. When you
Right.
first have a crush on somebody, it has like that little,
It's like
little
cute.
hop
Yeah.
to it. It has that
It's
little
a
hop
little
to
hop.
it. But really, the lyrics are telling you a story that's something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, I don't want to be in love anymore. But I feel like the whole moral of this whole song
Mm-hmm.
is maybe get to know somebody first. Truly get to know somebody, like actually fall in love with the inner self, the
Right.
personality. Don't go on impulse because it doesn't always end well.
The way I saw this was like first love. First, if you think about it, like first love is always beautiful. But then the thing is that most of the times first love doesn't work out.
Right.
And it always ends, in B.I.'s case, like what he says, tragically. Like because you get hurt. Because that's how the first love always happens. Why? Because you're inexperienced.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what he's trying to describe is like the first love, how the feelings of it. Like when you get your first love and you have your first crush and you fall in love, you're just like, like you're
Right.
in it. You're just kind of,
Yeah.
oh my God, what is this feeling? Like, oh my God, my heart is fluttery. Like, I feel like nauseous. Like, I feel like there's butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
And all that. And it's so cute, right? But then the thing is like, because of the inexperience that you have in relationships, like, you start, like, experiencing new things and you don't know how to handle it,
Right.
right? And then Fast forward, it ends, but it doesn't end like in a mutual, like good way. It ends bad.
Right.
And then after that, what do we always say? Never want to fall in love again.
Yes.
This was stupid.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's saying. It's basically, that's why Big Naughty says, like, it's the same shit over and over. You fall in love, you know? And then you have those fluttery feelings.
Yes.
And then it gets old.
Yeah.
And then you break up. And it's kind of like, what's the point of falling in love again?
Yeah.
It's basically what they're saying. It's like, what's
Yeah.
it's like he's saying it in the sad state. Like,
Right.
what's the point of falling in love again when
Yeah.
that same shit is gonna happen again?
Uh-huh.
If that's the case, then I don't want to fall in love again.
Yeah.
They tell them there's no romance here. Tell them
Exactly.
no, I'm not meeting them there. No, there's no such thing. I don't need that love anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is stupid. Like, he's just so hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyways, guys, let us
Yes.
know how you guys reacted to this Dingo performance and your guys' interpretation of the song. If you enjoyed this reaction and lyric time, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
And we'll see you in our next video, guys. Bye.
Thank you guys again for watching. If you want similar videos, you can click on the links right over here.
And if you guys want to follow us on our social media, our links will be right below. So let's continue to get crazy.